eyes away. So much I want to say. Tonight, I wanna make you mine. We'll turn the lights down low and dance so very slow. I know that we don't know each other well, but I can't believe I'm wasting your time. Oh no. So tell me what to do for the love of you tonight, baby, tonight.
Sing it, Pyro.
Like what I feel, love so real. 'Cause I can't wait another minute.
That boy good.
Another minute. 'Cause I've been holding back what I feel, love so real. 'Cause I can't wait another minute. 'Cause I can't wait another minute for you.
I'm about to let it ride.
Sweet lady, won't you look away?
It's your boy Triple BLACK, aka the number one stunner, aka the boss, aka Wyclef, Aristide, and T Mickey. I don't give a damn. You already know what it is, man. You listening to No Cupcake Zone. Hey, man, I'm so excited right now, man. I got this is probably my favorite, gonna be my favorite show, man, because this guy right here, man, inspires me, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a pillar of the community, man. Man, after listening to that song, I feel like get me a Prestige or some Bob on Cool or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Get me a nice one, you know, grind a little bit, you know, say open me up a tax business or something. You already know what it is, man. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, man, but I gotta plug a couple things, man. Shout out to Sweet Pea, man. Man, that was an awesome show, man. Thank you for coming through, man. Shout out to everybody out there that's showed love to No Cupcake Zone. Make sure you go to Spreaker and also iTunes, and also make sure to comment or and review my podcast and also subscribe. Also, make sure to go to nocupcakezone.com and you can hit the subscribe button and get my future shows and all my back shows too. So make sure you do that, man. And I need to make some money, man. So 239 and whoever listening out there, man, I know you guys support me, but you know, I still got to pay for the internet. I still got to pay for my equipment. So, man, if you buy anything on Amazon, man, I got an affiliate link. If you go to my page, man, if you buy books or anything like that, make sure to go to my page and click on my affiliate link. Or if you're buying something, put in my coupon code or my promo code, and that's NOCUPZON 04-02. I'm going to put it on my Facebook page, man. So if you buy anything, it doesn't hurt you. You're going to pay for it anyways, man. It's like donating to the show, man. Anyways, man, I got called out by my significant other, you know, because I use a lot of crutch words, man, but please bear with me. I say man all the time, and you know what I'm saying? You know, those crutch phrases. Hey, I'm a podcaster. I'm brand new to this, so please forgive me. If it's annoying, I'll do some more editing. Send me some feedback, man, but I think it's okay, though. People love the content. Anyways, man, what's up, sir?
No, man, all is good, man. God is it's a blessing, man, being on your show. Everything you're doing is great, and I love what you're doing. You're getting the community involved. You're going way back, man. Last I heard, you had Sweet Pea on there. I think that was like the farthest you've gone back.
Yeah,
Sweet Pea was great, man.
Yeah, man. I dug deep back in the day. That's like 88, man.
Man, Sweetie was my role model, man. I want to be just like him. Put that orange and black on and just get on the field and get it on back in them days.
Man, I've been putting too many orange and black on. Hey, they was Eagles, man. You can holler at your boy.
Man, I'll cheer for you guys, man, when you playing somebody else, like when you playing Baron and everything. But, man, I'm an orange and black guy. Deep orange and black.
Yeah. You guys show love, though. That's the reason. One of the reasons I like to do interviews for Laylee, because you guys show love, man.
Yeah, definitely. We got to stick together, man. Yeah. Together we all achieve more. So you doing your thing, Baron doing their thing, and it's one love. It's one community. As long as we doing positive things, it's just helping the kids out. Show them like, look, you can make it no matter what the situations are.
Yeah, boy. Hey, we got to make it happen, man. We all we got.
No other choice.
Yeah, man. So, man, CJ, man, talk about your family, dog. Your brothers and sisters, man. Where you from, man?
Man, if you want to go that far back, man, for my mom and dad, there's only two of us. Me, my brother Bruce, my brother Benny. He passed away, but my dad's a loose cannon, man. I got kids. I got like a little brother that's like 6 years old right now from my dad, So I don't know how many more he got back home, so. But me and Bruce, we like the closest one, and I have another brother named Joel that we're close to now. But we were close knit, and we didn't have too much. But just growing up in the manor, there's nothing to do but playing some kind of sport. Stay out of trouble.
Oh yeah, man.
It's easy to get in trouble over there, but it's really up to you how your parent raised you and everything. So.
Boy, those Haitian dudes, boy, they be having kids, man. Motherfucker be like 85 and still having a 10-year-old.
Okay. Non-stop. My dad's 64 right now. I'm talking about he's going back to 80, bring 3. I said, Dad, how old is the oldest one? He said 9. So how old is the youngest? 5. Okay.
Boy.
Okay, we're going to take care of them for you.
Boy, we believe in those big families, man.
Yeah.
Like my parents come from like a family of 10. That's crazy.
My dad's dad had 35 that he can count that we know of. He probably have more than that. And from my mom's side, he got about 15.
Wow.
It's a big family, man. So like in Naples, pretty much everyone you talk to, if they have like some kind of blood in them, so they might be related to you.
Yeah, you probably. Think about it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Hey, man. So where were you born at, man?
Man, I'm a true Zoe. Like I'm one of the original. I was born in Haiti, in the northwest part of Haiti, called Maus. But the little village I was going to really call not Jean Bell. You heard a lot of people say Jean Bell. 90% of these people that think they're from Jean Bell, it's not Jean Bell for real. They're coming out of Maus, man. And my little village is called Debauché. So I think I was like the first one born there for my people. So they called me T Debauché back home. But over here, when I stepped on, I moved here to the U.S. when I was like 9, 10 years old. So, the first, I was like 83, so there was nothing but trees. There's no those out here. So you guys had it made, man. 83, there was nobody here. My mom started working at the Marriott. She was making like $3 an hour. I thank her for everything her and my dad done for me, man, giving us the opportunity to be over here. And you already know a lot of the Zoe parents, they leave the kids home thinking it's better for them back home. But now they're regretting and they wish that they bring those kids over here. Give us an opportunity to do something for your life.
Yeah. So did you take the Haitian Underground Railroad? Did you end up in like from Miami to Makali to here?
No, listen, man. When I got here, my dad left Haiti first. He was the first one to leave back in '78. He went to the Bahamas. 78, 79. He went to the Bahamas and then spent like a year in the Bahamas. Take the Bafimo. You know how it is, dog. My dad's age. My dad's like he's great. Like without him, I don't know where I would be right now. But he take the Batima, get to to the Bahamas, and then a year later gets to Miami, and then dropped in Immokalee. So he stayed there, and then I believe in '81 he sent for my mom because my mom was staying with us, and then I stayed with my grandma, and then my mom just had relatives taking care of us while I was going to school in Port-au-Prince, moving from the country part of town. I'm a country boy, so I love the country. Soon school over, man, I'm back home, But when my mom sent for me and my little brother Denny, she didn't want to stay in Immokalee. So as soon as we get off the airplane, they drive us to Miami. To Immokalee. Next day we're in Naples because she already got an apartment in Naples Manor waiting for us. So that was great. I spent like maybe less than 12 hours in Immokalee, and we're down in Naples.
Yeah,
straight to the Manor.
Yeah, everybody makes it through Immokalee at least. That's Haitian, man.
That's the bloodline.
Man. Yeah. So you were born and bred in Haiti. So coming over here, man. Talk about that struggle, man. Adjusting.
Man, the struggle was real, but the first thing, when we moved, from, let's say, the village where I'm telling you that I was born at, to go to Port-au-Prince, it's a struggle there, So you from the countryside, and now you're in a big city, okay? So you have to adjust to that. And then when we moved from Haiti to here, oh, man. I remember back in '83, they sent us to school at Avalon. I don't think I lasted a month in Avalon. I think like 2 or 3 weeks later, they shipped me to Poinciana, okay? And I remember the first day I went to school in Avalon. The first person I see was Tara Salter. Man, I would never forget that. She was so nice to me. I didn't speak no English, no nothing, zero, okay? But she was so nice, and she stayed in the same neighborhood in the Manor and stuff. But, by the time they shipped us, 3 weeks later, they shipped us to Poinciana. I was in class with all the Spanish kids because there was no Haitian kids. There was no Haitian kids, period. I think I was the first one mandated in America, But I was in class with all the Spanish kids, man, so I learned Spanish real quick with them because most of them, they're living in the Manor. So coming out of Poinciana, go back to the Manor, riding that bus, hey, all you heard Spanish, so you end up learning quick.
Yeah.
There was no black kids at Poinciana, to tell you the truth. It was just me, my brother, and that was it. And then a couple of months later, they shipped a couple of the guys from that was in the Manor, like Daxon Villa. One of my homeboy, he's in Atlanta right now. Big up to Daxon. And they shipped him over there, and that was us. It was us 3 over there.
So it was people my age group complain, about being Haitian and it wasn't cool. When in '83 in those times, that's when it was real. You were really ostracized for being Haitian.
What? Dude, there was one place, we don't know where the mall was at. There was this store. Was it at? There used to be a Publix there, right next to McDonald's. They used to call that place TGNY. It was either Kmart or TGNY. When we go to TGNY, that was the mall for the Zoos. We go right there, got everything, and then go home. That was it. You can't go out. You can't go nowhere. You know how them Zoe parents are. They say you stay in the house, so you can't go anywhere. So, man, sports didn't come till later. But, man, it was tough. It was tough. People picking on you, and I had to become bodyguard to my little brother, man. And I was, skinny, but, I wasn't going to let nobody mess with my little brother, So
absolutely. That
was it. That's all we had. And we couldn't communicate with nobody else. It was just the two of us. There was nobody else. So it was tough.
Yeah, man. So you said Jean Abel. I just wanted to go back to that because my parents are from Jean Abel. I think my mom is from a place called Lacoma, but it's way out in the bush.
Near me.
Yeah. Lati Sus. Yeah, that's where my dad was from.
Oh man, that's my hood.
Huh?
Yeah, man. So your mom probably one of my peeps,
Yeah.
Sure. Man, so it's Lati Sus right there. You gotta go to right there to go to Jean Bell. So, and I'm coming out of Maus. I'm telling you, 90% of them say they're from Jean. But the reason they're saying that because do you think there's prejudice here? you coming from the country part over there, and then to go to Jean Bell. So now they call you, them boys over there call you Negmon, you know?
Yeah.
So now when you get to Jean Bell, you don't want to be called Negmon when you go to Port-au-Prince. So then it goes, okay, so they say they're from Jean Bell. So when you get to Port-au-Prince, and
You
now
making
they're
me
gonna
laugh.
call you, yeah, I mean, I'm serious. Now you're a little Negmon book, you know? In the bush, you know, so that's a really bush. So you're
Yeah,
like a bush
my
man.
dad was from Latisus. And
No, your dad from right. Okay, for Hanford, your dad to eat, he got to go to Maui to shop.
right.
Okay, so yeah, man. So lots of stuff. Damn, boy,
Yeah.
you remember them things too.
Yeah. When my mom wanted to get mad at him, we call him Negmon.
Whoosh, nigga. That's all of them. That's all of them. You know, Negma. I love it though. I love it. I want to have the Monday and the Port-au-Prince, dog. I want to go down there. Love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Hey, man. So you were fresh off the boat.
Fresh, dog. Fresh up. Actually, here's how the thing works, man. My dad takes the boat. I mean, he risked his life to get over here to give us a better life. So my dad took the boat. My mom took the boat. Love them. Proud of them. Oh, man, I love everything they do for me. And then, like, I think I was one of the last one to right out of Eastern Airlines. So when they get us here, I was out of the plane. So I need to really take the boat, okay?
Yeah.
Like, my mom would never put me on the boat. After what she had to go through on that boat, she would rather go back to Haiti, struggle, instead of putting me on that boat, man. Because, you know, she see people losing their lives, getting sick all the time. She even told me these, like, right now, man, I remember her telling me about this stuff, but, man, it's tough. That's why I don't understand how kids can be disrespecting of their parents.
Right.
And for your parents, for you to be here, the struggle they have to go through, man, it's something else. I mean, we all should respect it. You know how them old parents are. I mean, really and early, you respect your elders, and man, there's nothing I cannot do enough for my parents, to tell you the truth. Without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now, and I want to thank God for giving my dad the courage to get on that stupid boat, man, get over here and then change our whole life, you know. So, yeah, I got here. I was fresh. Yeah, I was like original. I'm the original, so. In Naples, Florida. I think I'm the first one. I'm the first original Zoe landed in the 239 in Naples, Florida. Not in Immaculate, Immaculate on that. You know, but in Naples, Florida, I'm the first.
You're the first, yeah. And I can remember that was really good at sports. Yeah, you're the first. You're the first.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm the first. Yeah.
But I'm going to give you a fresh off the boat test. You know, even though you didn't come on the boat.
I'm still in the boat.
Okay. All right. Here's a couple questions. See if this apply to you. All right?
Mm-hmm.
A Hawaiian shirt and church shoes. Have you ever wore that outfit before?
Boy, if you go to my mom's house right now, I think my wife already went over there to take a picture of it. And my little brother in that wire belt and the Hawaiian shirt. Me, the two of us. Because my mom said when she got here, she could have more kids, start having more kids, but she would not have any more kids until we got here. So, you know, she would be able to take care of us. But yes, you step out mom's house, the first thing you're gonna see is that long pair of jeans on with that wire belt and the Hawaiian shirt right next to it. Yes, sir. That is I.
Okay. How about this? Did you believe or still believe wrestling is real?
Man, you see the Hulk Hogan?
The next question was Hulk Hogan your hero?
Hulk Hogan? No, man. There was a Haitian wrestler. I think Cole Beware. I think they call him Cole Beware, man. With the
Coco Beware
coming out there. Yeah. What you know about the Junkyard Dog? Okay?
Yeah.
We're not gonna tell you nothing about Tito Santana.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We believe in that junk. Yeah. My dad still believe right now.
Okay. Did you think Rambo was Sylvester Stallone's real name?
No. Rambo. Period. Rambo. Everybody want to be like Rambo. That's it.
Yeah, but you know it was Sylvester Stallone, right? Rambo wasn't his real name. All Haitians think that's his real name.
All
Huh?
Haitian. We don't care about the real name. All we care about is the movie name. That's it. you tell me Sylvester Stallone right now, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. I don't care about no Sylvester Stallone. That's Rambo. I'll tell you, that's not Sylvester Stallone. That's Rambo to me. To you, it's Sylvester Stallone, but to me, that's Rambo.
All right. Last question, though. This is how you can tell a boat. Do you eat avocado with everything? Zaboka.
Dude, with my moulin, easy. But my favorite is banan, though. Eat that avocado with banan, pan. You know?
Yes.
Dude, man, them hot pan from Miami. You know how them Zoes usually go to Miami on Saturdays?
Yeah.
Eat some hot pan. Oh yeah. Oh man, with the avocado. Oh yeah, it's on. It's on like five. That's like ketchup to us Zoes, man. Avocado is ketchup to us.
Boy, that's crazy,
Yeah.
though. So you are a boat. Fresh off the boat, bro.
Fresh.
Yeah, man. You know what? I never really had those tendencies, even though I was in my mom's stomach when she was coming over, and she actually came on a boat.
Yeah,
But I was
it's a
born
struggle. Yeah, it's a struggle. Because
Yeah.
my mom, she gets seasick. She told me she got seasick. She was sick every day. Other people had to take care of me. Man, it was rough. But she was on that boat for a couple of days to get here.
Oh yeah,
You know?
yeah. They're out in sea for a long
it's tough.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Yeah. So how did you get started in football, man? I know, you don't speak the language, you're not really mixed into the culture. I know soccer was probably big in your eyes. How did you get started in football?
Man, I remember we had a coach at East Naples Middle School because at elementary, Poinciana, we didn't do too much soccer, too much sports over there. It was just school learning the language and then go to recess, which is PE class. But when I got to East Naples, I was still in those ESOL classes, learning the English. That was for 6th grade, 7th grade. I was out of there. Then those with the math class, but we were on point with that. But when I started learning the language, I remember Coach Heck, Bob Heck, I believe his name was. And I think so we started playing soccer the first semester, and then second semester was like football. So I was catching good. I was fast. I was like all the other kids. I mean, I didn't speak the language, but they were making fun of me because I was either better or as good as you are, So, but I didn't even know you could play like. There was a Gator there. I mean, I remember seeing the guys coming to school with their Gator shirt on, for the game on Friday because they're playing on Saturday. But I didn't even ask anything of it because I didn't know any better. So I'm thinking, okay, these guys just put their jersey on, and the cheerleaders got their cheerleading uniform on. They're looking nice and everything. But it started in 6th grade, started playing right there. But I never played in Pop Warner or anything like that until I didn't start playing football till high school.
So no organized football, man.
No.
Yeah. But
I couldn't get it right to get to freshman. How am I going to get there,
Yeah. So growing up, man, who did you look up to, man? Who were some of your mentors, that get you acclimated to American culture?
Yeah, American culture. I think football-wise, I didn't start going to the games till like my 7th or 8th grade, watching Henry Thomas. He really was one of my heroes after my parents, mom and dad.
Yeah.
Did the best struggle to get me in. But after that, I'd say Henry Thomas. He was the man. He was my hero. I wanted to be just like Sweet Pea. Everybody wanted to wear that number 44 at Lily High School, but he was my role model.
Oh.
It's funny that I'm saying that now, and just a couple of weeks, last week you had him on the show, but I never tell him that, but he was my role model, man. Sweetie was my role model. I wanted to be like him.
Yeah, he was. A lot of people looked up to him, man. That name was...
man. Yeah, he was the man. Sweetie was the man.
Yeah,
and
so...
I remember when...
Go ahead.
I remember when I stepped in high school, I was in the shop class. Lately you have all these rednecks over there, And I was in the shop class. It was me and I guess Gerald Pugh, man, I'll never forget this day. It's like yesterday. I was a freshman, soaking wet. I was like 130 pounds in the class, and this big redneck cat, keep bothering me, man. And Joe just walked in on the table, and said, "We have a problem here." You know, he's a linebacker on the football team. He's like a senior, and I'm a freshman. And then Buddy said, "No, there's no problem." From that day on, they never messed with me in the school because Gerald stepped up, man, and said, "Do we have a problem here?" And the school was predominant. I mean, I think when I walked in Lady High School, maybe there was like, if we had 25 black, that's Asian and black. If we had 25 of us, that was a lot.
Wow.
It was dominant white, man. So it was tough. It was tough, but I mean, we all get along. And other than that, that was it. But Gerald really saved me that day, boy. I was like soaking wet, but I wasn't scared. I mean, when you were first day in class and they start picking on you, you were skinny, you can't do, you know? It was tough, man. But you get past that.
Yeah, so you never played football anymore. You going into your freshman year. Did you play freshman football?
Yeah, that was the first day I put on a pad, man. I think it was like 2 weeks or a week before when we started in 2 days. So we all talking about it. So all the guys that from playing in middle school, we had like a lot of guys that from the Manor. So we had nothing else to do but play football. So we all walked on and started. They put us all the freshmen on the freshman team. From there, when we put on the pads, I didn't know what to do, man. I just started hitting anything that moved. You know, started hitting people, knocking them out. They had like sophomores. No, you know what? There was no freshman team. We didn't have a freshman team. It was a JV team. So it was freshmen and sophomores together. So there was JV and varsity. So there was no freshman team.
Yeah.
This was like after, maybe like three years later, they started having freshman teams. But I was hitting the big boys, and I was playing D-line, just hitting anything that moved. I didn't know what to do. Shoot. And from then, I think I take one of the sophomore spot at running back, and then they had me at linebacker. I was all over the field. So if you can hit, and I was fast enough, I was fast. And I was one of the fastest one, if not the fastest one on the team, on that JV team. They had given me the ball, and people would be mad because I take over their position. That was it.
Yeah. Hey, what was that? I know you remember this because I can remember, the first time I put on pads, that helmet. You know, you hear that noise, that whistle. You remember in your hair, in your ear, like. But the question I'm asking, dog, when was CJ, the football player, born? It had to have been like that first, like, big hit or that first run, dog. Take us through that.
Man, I remember I was playing linebacker. They put me out linebacker in that Oklahoma drill. I didn't even know what the hell Oklahoma was. Yeah, I was doing Oklahoma drill my freshman year. And I hit this kid so hard, and I don't remember who it was. I mean, he was one of the sophomore. I think he was a star running back, too. I don't know if it was Sergio Covarrubias or Tony Ortiz, but somebody, I lit him up so hard, and like blood started coming out my chin, and I kept on playing. And from that day on, it was on like popcorn, you know. And because I didn't let I still have that scar right now in my chin. But I think that's the day I was born, really, and that's when they put me in wherever I wanted to play. That wherever they needed someone tough, that's where I was gonna be. Inside linebacker at 130, that was me. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, man. But the thing is, here's how I looked at it. That playing the football, it didn't, like, to me, it didn't matter. Remember, I'm coming from Haiti. I've seen a lot of stuff. I go through hard life. You know, these guys I'm on the field with, they haven't seen any of the stuff I go through. So to me, this is a cakewalk. All right, you were not going to out-hit me. I was not going to. When I step on that field, the first week I learned stuff. I learned. After that, it was all, man. When I step on any field that I stepped on, I believe I was the best one. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who were some players on that team your freshman year?
Dave Mobley, man. He's the first one to come up. Dave Mobley. On that sophomore, we had Dave Mobley, Rick Bogren. We have Nick Smith. We have Matt Basir.
Yeah, Slick Rick.
Yeah, man. Slick Rick Bogren. He played with the Gators, man. He was a stud over there until, he got later. He was like, he was supposed to be the star, and then they wanted him in varsity like almost right away. He was older, taller, had the experience and everything. Yeah, but Slick Rick was one of them. Nick Smith was he's a bodybuilder, but he was always big, man. He was a linebacker in the middle. We also had this cat named Jeff Ball, man. Jeff Ball was a freshman. That was from my freshman class, and we had another one too. Hugh Jervis. Man, we had a nice squad on the freshman team. So our freshmen, I think we had a solid freshman squad. So I think we all stepped in there and we just take over the team, even though they were sophomores. Sophomores will become backup to us.
Yeah. Was Laley winning back then on varsity?
Yes, sir. He was winning. Man, we have top running back. One of the top running back in the country was Carlos Wobe. Carlos Wobe, after Sweepy, was Carlos. Carlos was fast, man, and fearless. Yeah. But this cat named Dave Mobley, man, he was something else. I mean, if Dave believed in himself, he could have walked on Florida State and make Florida State team, But to me, I believe in him. Maybe, we all different, but he just didn't want to do it,
Yeah.
But that's from the freshman squad.
So you guys were beating teams pretty good on freshmen. I mean, JV, right?
Oh man, we went I believe we went undefeated. We went undefeated. We was a stud on the freshman. I mean, on the sophomore. Rick, me. I mean, you had Jeff Ball on the D line. You had you got Nick, middle linebacker. We were tough. That class was nice.
Yeah. So did you transition to varsity the year after?
The year after, I got moved up to varsity, and that's when I believe Carlos was Carlos Warbe. He was getting hurt. I mean, he was like probably if not the fastest in Collier County at the time, but he got injured a lot. So I got moved up, and the other guys that was there, they thought it would be their position, but Coach Wood threw me in the fire right away. And the only thing is the play from JV and varsity was different. I just had to learn the plays, and then from then it was my team.
Yeah. So take us, when I asked you about that moment that you were born as a football player, talk about that moment that you were born as as a star.
Respect. Everybody respect you. You didn't have talking
about the one play. Man. The one play. Take us through that one play.
That's the one play. From then, I think that's when the JV coach went and telling Coach Ward. Coach Ward was at every JV game, watching me.
Yeah.
No,
I was talking about like that one carry that you got your sophomore year and you broke out or scored a touchdown or something like that, or a big run.
Dude, it was all day in practice. I was elusive. You couldn't hit. I mean, guys were scared to hit me. They were scared to hit me, and I was fast enough to go right by them. So that's it all day in practice, all day, every day.
Yeah.
So it wasn't nothing new to them. So
yeah.
My freshman year, I wish I played like top runner so I could have more experience.
Right.
But other than that, it worked out fine. So yeah, man, it was good.
I remember you, man, in the game of the week, man. They used to have the game of the week with Joe Klimas. Man, I remember one game, I think it might have been against Fort Myers, man. I can't remember the team, man. You must have got the ball like 30 times. Like CJ Noel. Like, you're a workhorse, man.
I think they called me Noel. I believe in that paper, they called me Noel Express. In fact, speaking of, I think Fort Myers put me on the map. You saying that one hit.
Yeah.
That one hit, it was in Fort Myers, really, in the game. It was a jamboree game. I believe it was my before our junior year. Before my junior year, or maybe before my senior year. Fort Myers had like 7 D1 players on that team, and it's a jamboree, and we playing the jamboree game in Fort Myers. Remember the senior class? Yeah, it was before my senior year, and they had this real good running back. I believe his name was Deidre Epps. Right, Gadsden was the quarterback. You got Jamie Jermaine and running things all over the field. But we shot them boys down. I think we lost the game like 6, maybe 13-7 or 14-7, something like that. But they had Deidre Epps, Keith Drayton on the line. They had like 2 D lines getting recruited by Georgia Bulldogs. Jamie Jermaine can go wherever he wants. Rod Gadsden went to Syracuse to play. And they had a running back. I believe his name was Idris Epps. All height, everything. I met him on the Fort Myers sideline in the game, and I don't think I heard from Idris Epps. I don't think I ever heard from him after that. All I heard was the big hit was boom, you know. It was moist. I thought my helmet broke. I pulled the helmet off, and all I could do was ooh, and then everybody pointing at me because I was on their sideline, you know. That was it. That was that one hit because Florida State was there. All the big colleges was there to recruit, and I believe that's the game that put me on the map. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I remember you used to carry the ball, man. You tote that rock, man. Who did you, pattern your game after?
Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen.
I mean, after Sweepy, yeah, Marcus Allen, man. He was like the guy was man. That guy. He was nice. He wasn't super fast, but you just couldn't hit him.
Yeah.
You couldn't touch Marcus Allen. You guys don't even remember Marcus Allen, you know?
I remember Marcus Allen. I remember his style was kind of real smooth. I mean, he got overshadowed when Bo Jackson came in, but he was a real smooth runner.
Yeah, well, Marcus was the man. If the kids go look at Marcus highlights right now, man, Marcus was the man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny that how you watching 30 and 30, you see Marcus Allen, how they used them and everything, but I guess everything happens for a reason. That's part of sport and that's part of life. you get dealt with the card and you just make the best out of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Marcus was the man to me. That's in the pros. In college, it was Andy Smith. Everybody wants to be like Andy Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about some teammates, man, that you played with, man, on varsity, man, that you build a bond with.
Man, my whole freshman class, I mean, we stayed close. There's one guy, I think our sophomore year, maybe my junior year, he came out, he was a sophomore. Douglas Ray. Man, that was a man among boys. This guy would step in our little weight room. He wasn't too big. He would put like 245 on each side, and like that's just to warm up. And I was running back. He's playing defensive line. This guy was running faster than me. Yeah, man, Douglas Ray, man. This guy, man, he looked like he was supposed to be an NFL player in high school at the same time with us. But we had a D-line. We had Doug Ray on the D-line, Jeff Ball in the middle, Dave Mobley on the other side. I forgot who the other lineman was. But, man, those four, you couldn't move. You couldn't go anywhere on us. Linebackers, the defensive back, we had a shutdown. We called it all black field. Instead of all backfield, all black field. We had John Paul on one, Dean Paul, me playing all over. I was like a roverback, they call him now, but call it strong safety. The strong side, I was on the strong side, so you couldn't tell where I'm going to be. And Coach Stewart had me blitzing all over the place, killing people, man. And I love it. Those were the good old days back in them days. But, yeah, we were loaded. We had a straight team.
Yeah.
But the tough thing was playing both ways, man. You don't know how tough it is until you get out of school. You say, damn, what if I was playing one way,
Right.
But, after the first quarter, you pretty much were dead. But we were in shape. We played the whole game like that. So we never got off the field. We didn't have all the players that everybody else held.
Yeah.
But we were solid.
Hey, so were you guys taking the coconut, or were you taking the coconut?
Man, we on the coconut, man. We on the coconut. You got to stop playing around. Stop playing around with that coconut stuff. We on the coconut. Y'all didn't stop. Man, we on that thing.
Yeah. So you win it all 3 years?
Huh?
Did you win it all 3 years?
I think we lost it 1 year. There was like an encephalitis, right? All of a sudden we were supposed to play on a Friday night, and then because of mosquitoes, they canceled the game. We had to play during the day. Fred McCray taught them. I think we lost that game 7-6. One of my boys fumbled the ball twice, man. I carried the ball all the way down, and as soon as we get inside the 10, they would give it to him. He's a senior, but that was my junior year. We lost that coconut bowl to you guys. But, man, every time I carried the ball all the way down there, they give it to him. I'm not going to say Buddy Ned, but he fumbled that thing twice on us, man. It would make us lose the game. That was tough. That was tough on the swallow. I think we lost the game like 6-7. Yeah, but it was a one touchdown because halftime was like 7-0. Fred scored that one touchdown. Yeah, I think we lost 6-7 or 7-0. We lost the game. It was tough. That was a tough one to swallow. Other than that, That Coconut was at Lady High School the whole time.
Yeah. So those 3 years, man, talk about some notable competition. Talk about some, some tough players that you played against.
That is, man, you see the guy named Herschel Trotman.
Yeah.
I believe if he had the height, he probably would be like the best player out of Collier County. But for high school wise, Herschel's the man. That's to me. That's my opinion. Like
Yeah.
I didn't play against Edge. Like for the person I played against, he was the best.
Right.
That's Hirsch, man. I didn't play against Cliff either. Cliff was like, Cliff came in after, but Hirsch was the man. I believe Hirsch was supposed to go to Lely. That's what I heard during practice. I remember my junior when we started. Hirsch was supposed to, that's what I heard. I don't know if it's the truth. Hirsch was supposed to come to Lely, but Coach Ward wanted to make him a defensive back instead of a running back. So that's how he ended up at DC.
Yeah.
Okay? This guy, man, first game of the year, I think there was like 5,000-6,000 people at the game. He put on a show. That was his first game of the year. My man carried the ball maybe like 10, 11 times. 4 of them was for touchdown. I just couldn't touch him. No one could touch him. Oh man, he was a pain in the ass. Man, but he was. Till the day, I tell him too, man. He was a pain in the neck, man. But he was awesome. He was a great player, man. He was the greatest player I played against.
Yeah, Fort Myers, man, had some, some people on their squad,
I played
man.
against him was in Fort Myers. I played against Damien Jermaine. Damien Jermaine won Offense and Defensive Player of the Year. That's USA Today.
Wow.
He won Offense and Defensive Player of the Year in 1 year. But hands down, Herschel Trotman is the best player ever come out of South Florida during my time when I played.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So
I mean, he was the real deal.
So, did you guys make the playoffs?
I think I believe there was only one team that can go to the playoff. If you lost one game, you were done. And I think we had like 2 losses, 3 losses. I know you definitely out. So
it wasn't like being 3-7 and making the playoffs as long as you win the district.
No,
right?
none of that. You can go 9-1, you don't make the play. 9-1, you're not making the playoff. Yeah, they only pick the top team, man. They start having this playoff stuff after I left, the year after I left. And that's when Lily made the playoff again, like twice with Gene. Gene was leading the way, Gene Hall. That was a thoroughbred right there, too, boy. On the wide receiver side. Yeah, that was the real deal. But, you lost one game, and you either win your district, go to playoff, or you're not going. That's it. And you have to go undefeated to win it. Fort Myers was in our district, yeah. Fort Myers, Mariner, Mariner. Greg Thomas, they had a player named Greg Thomas over there, man. That cat was tough. But Herschel was the real deal to me.
Yeah. Any notable people in Naples, man? I know you got love for Naples.
Naples High?
Freddie?
Well, Fred did his thing. To me, he's an overachiever, man. In high school, to me, Fred wasn't that good. But when he went to college, do his thing, blocking, he's an overachiever. I'll definitely give him props. A lot of props. But, I mean, I met him a couple of times when he was running the ball. I met him. He probably don't remember those, but I remember them, not knocking the hell out of him. But he was bigger than me. He was like 190, 200. I was like soaking wet 160. But every time I get a chance, we make sure we hit him hard. I mean, you gonna hear the helmet popping. Yeah, me and Dave Mobley got him on one play. Dave got him low, and I got him high. He was in the Coconut Bowl, but that's the game we lost like 7-6 or 7-0. That's the game you guys won on us. But other than that, nah. I don't even know. I don't think we even look at the scouting report for me to decide. That was an easy win.
Oh, man. I'm going to pretend I ain't hear that, man. Shout out to the Eagles, man. Shout out to the Naples High Eagles, bro. This guy totally dissed us, man.
That was
it's
an
all
easy
good.
win for us, man. Other than that year, Fred got us. That was it.
Hey, man, so talk about any awards or accolades that you got, like, all district or anything like that.
Yeah, man, we have some of those. Like, it's that kind of dish. I mean, it was tough back in the days. It was tough. Like, I think I got all district my senior year, I believe, and then I walked on from there. I just walked on to like a junior college because I didn't have my green card to go to school. Man, it was tough back in the days. If you don't have your green card, you're not going nowhere. Yeah. So my paperwork, I mean, for moving one house, and my parents purchased the house in the manor, they send my documents to the wrong house. So by the time I'm graduating, we keep going to Miami to get the paperwork. It's not like now, and then we just start all over again. It's going to take so long, and it was tough, man. I lost the opportunity for the school on the scholarship, but I made the best out of it, and then keep it moving.
Yeah. So all district, they didn't have that back then.
I don't even recall, man. It was so long ago. I think it was either district. I was on there as a sophomore, and not sophomore, but I believe it was junior and senior year, all district. But I don't know. I think that's what it was. And because I played all three sports, I wasn't a good shooter in basketball, but I was always taking the pictures for the all district, whatever they were having. So I was in them. So I don't remember track, basketball. I was the defensive player for the team. So
yeah. So in the college recruiting, man, did that that green card situation really hinder your ability to get recruited?
Oh yeah. I was getting recruited by NC State, and I remember I couldn't go to school because of the green card. You needed to have one. So I walked on East Central Mississippi, and I did real well over there. And back then they had something that's called Prop 48, where those guys didn't pass the ACT or SEC, so they had like real good players coming in there. They had players that's supposed to go to Alabama, running back. So I raced on, beat him. I showed up over there. I represent for us. For myself. When I went over there, I didn't want to come back home. So the coach see what I was doing. I had like a 48-inch vertical jump. My time was real well in the 44.3 or 4.4 in the 40. I was barefoot too on the grass over there. So that would send me to D1 school, and that's when I called my buddy Lil Paul to come back and get me, because I know I wouldn't be able to go to school because of that green card stuff. So I tried. Back then, Edison in Fort Myers, that was the only community school down here in Fort Myers. So me and Dave Mobley, we tried to go over there for like a year, and when they asked me for my green card, I just tell them I forgot it. So I remember that before second semester come in, because I'm trying to buy time so I can get my paperwork correct from immigration. So when before second semester come in, I remember they pulled me out of a psych class, and they asked me, they said, unless you can show us a copy of the green card, we can't give you any more classes. That was the last of college for me. So I'll tell people I have a trimester in college. That's it.
Wow. So you were getting recruited by NC State, because I remember you were a pretty big deal, man. So that whole
I was go to NC State. That was it.
That was
that's where I was heading.
Wow. And what was it? Politics, like with the U.S. government and stuff like that?
No, it wasn't politics. The paperwork got lost. Once it got lost, same thing happened to Wendy Pierre Lewis. Exact same thing. He didn't have his paperwork yet. So Wendy, as things start to develop, it wasn't politics. It was, I needed this paperwork. If I have it, I'm coming in. I'm coming to play. Right. If I don't have it, they can't do anything about it. So because I didn't have it, I'm trying to buy time. Okay, let's say a year. I try to pay. I pay for my own community college at Edison, driving 4 days a week to go to Fort Myers, keeping on my grades. Okay, I'm losing 1 year. I already said, okay, I'm losing 1 year. By next year, I'll have the paperwork. So I didn't have it, so 2 years later, still don't have it. It's not like now where they process everything so fast. It's not like right now, man. It was like the mail. You send the mail. It's a horse that's carrying the mail to I guess in Dallas, where the paperwork's supposed to go, and that takes so long because they have so much applications. It's not like, and the difference is, let's say one D situation, he was getting recruited by Florida Gators. So I guess there was other player that got recruited out of Immokalee. So the coach picked up Wandy, take him to Haiti, and they gave him the paper right away. So once he went to UF, I was like a foreign student. Where me, I'm already here. I'm not going back to Haiti, bro. I'm not going.
Right.
I'm not going over there to get stuck, because you see what happened to my boys, the Paul brothers. That's what happened. So
what happened to them?
I was not about. They got stuck in Haiti. They got stuck.
I didn't know that.
Paperwork there. Yeah, when they went to pick up their paperwork there, I believe their dad forgot birth certificate, and then so the date passed, so they had to wait. By waiting, man, it cost them boys a lot. It cost them a lot. Like Gene was the old. I mean, it cost John a lot. John was getting recruited by I think Pittsburgh. He lost that, and Gene was getting recruited by everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, we were like brothers. We grew up together right there in the manor. We like I grew up till 9, 10 o'clock till they shut down the lights. So
yeah, man.
It was like that in basketball and football. So Naples High, we on them boys. Barron, we on them. Yeah. It wasn't like in basketball. It wasn't. Did you guys win? They asked how many dunks. You know, we took care of business.
Yeah, I remember back then they dominated basketball. Yeah, man. But like they say, everything happened for a reason. So were you planning on going back to Mississippi after communing that time at Edison?
No, I was planning on going to not Mississippi, but NC State. Let them know I got my papers, because that's as soon as you get the document, let us know. And the document never got right. So that was it. Yeah.
So you could have got 4 years of eligibility. All you would have had to do was just go, right?
But let me tell you, that was the only reason I played football. I know there was an opportunity for you to get a scholarship, because I see Sweepy got a scholarship. He could go wherever he wanted before he broke his leg, and that was the reason I was playing, because I know my parents. They was in 2 jobs. They couldn't afford to send me to college, and college is expensive. So that was my ticket out of the manor. So I give it everything I got. So that's why in my head I don't have a choice but to make it.
Yeah.
So if that's your only way out, you're gonna do everything you can to go ahead and get out of there. So that's why I wasn't. Even if you were 250 coming at me, you were about to meet a bullet. I was a missile coming at you. I was a missile. So next time you will not be coming at me. But I think they watch film. I used to be knocking people out of the game, hitting special team while I never got off the field. So I think that was awesome back then, But it is what it is, and we move from there.
Yeah.
But one thing, man, we gotta tell the kids to keep up with those grades. That's important. You gotta have your grades. That was one of the things. I had enough grades to go wherever I wanted to go. But without that paper, you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Even if you're paying for the school, you can't go in.
You can't go in because of that immigration paperwork.
No. Exactly. Yeah. But it had nothing to do with politics. It's just the timing, the process. And the process takes time.
Yeah. So everything happens for a reason, man. Talk about how, CJ Noel Insurance became. Because I remember that little ass office that you had back on Davis way back in the day.
Right next to Naples High on Creech Road, man. It was like 400.
Oh, that was the first one. That was the first one. I'm sorry. I was thinking about the one on Davis.
No, Davis. That's where I'm at right now. Davis. I mean.
No, I thought you had didn't you have an office right by that pawn shop a long time ago?
Nah, you talking about my buddy Lil Paul.
Oh.
Remember, we were real close, man. He's the one him and my brother take me to Mississippi. They went back and get me, and when I got involved in insurance, it was the first quarterback at Lady High School. He's the one that got me involved in insurance. Because I remember one afternoon I began, he saw me there. He said, "You're supposed to be in school. What happened?" I explained my situation to him, and he said, "Okay, why don't you come to a meeting?" I think I was like 19 years old. He said, "Come. This is what I do. Come to a meeting, see if you like it." I remember it was like a Monday opportunity meeting. And it was an insurance company meeting for Jackie Miller. He was the first quarterback. I think he played for Naples and Lady, but he finished at Lady High School. But he's the guy that really put me on the game, put me on an insurance game. And I remember one year there was a Allstate agent. My parents went to get insurance from them, and because of the language, they were laughing at my parents, man. So I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and make a career out of this. And from then, it's been working great for me.
Yeah.
Because we have so many people from Haiti that's here, and if they don't speak the language, they don't know what kind of coverage they were getting. They were just giving them anything. And I remember the agent laughing at, I was just sitting back, and I remember the agent laughing at my parents because they couldn't communicate. And I said, okay, this may be something good. So ever since then, I've been doing it. But I got my license in 94. And yeah, I believe 93 or 94. Early 94, I got my license. And I think 2 years later, I went and did the property casualty license. And from then, learned the trade, worked for a couple of companies. In fact, I got fired from a company because they said I know too much. I was working for this company called Great Florida Insurance on the radio. And next place that hired me, they paid me like $1,000 more per month. And I just sent them a thank you letter saying thank you for firing me. And if you didn't fire me, I wouldn't have the opportunity to be where I'm at now. And then I think like 10 months later, that company fired me again because they changed manager. And the new manager told me that I'm the new manager because we were working by commission. All the clients from the older place were coming to me. So they got jealous because I was doing better than them. So the new manager said, I'm the new manager and I no longer need you. I shook her hand. I said, thank you very much. I went in my car and prayed and said, God, I don't want to ever work for somebody else. And that was the last time I worked for someone.
Wow. So an entrepreneur was born. So were you always a serial entrepreneur? The reason I asked that question, because my dad, you know, and I'm starting to get on this kick. You know, he was from Haiti. Everything that he did or thought about was always like on some entrepreneur stuff. Did you have that spirit in you, you know, from the beginning, coming from Haiti?
So I had that early. I think like at 9 years old, when I tell people this, like my story a little bit, they tell me you should be writing a book. At 9 years old, I remember coming from Port-au-Prince going to vacation. That's deeper than where your dad from. It's called, what's it called, man? I forgot the name. That's where my grandma's from, actually. It's called Lavatier. And we see the farmers, they're making charbon. You know what I mean? Do you know what charbon is?
Charbon, yeah. Cook with.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so there was like three of us, me, a cousin that's 9, and then my uncle that's like 13. So we see other people doing it. That's how they're making their money. So we decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and make one too. So we cut the trees, everything we could cut. The same way they do it, and then we make like big sack charbon, like 2 big bags. So we just get a donkey, man, put those 2 big bags on a donkey and take them to Mont Saint Nicolas. That's a history place of Haiti, man. If y'all don't know, Mont Saint Nicolas, look it up. But we sold those 2 bags for net good. That's 90. It's 9 good, but it's net good to me in Haiti. Mm-hmm. So there were 3 of us. We split it into 3. We each get 3 good. You know, 3 good, man. So I remember buying flour with my 3 and then make my boy and eat it, dog. That was it. Mm-hmm. But from then, yes, when I got here, I always wanted to be a businessman. And I remember this one teacher at Lily, man. I remember like yesterday. I'm in this economic class, and I got this girl who study all the time. You remember football players? We don't have to do too much, you know.
Right.
Their doggers are being taken care of. So one way or another. So this teacher, this girl was like an honor student, everything, and then me and her, we got the same grade. It didn't matter how I got my grade. You got yours and I got mine. And this teacher told me I wouldn't amount to nothing, man. And from then, it stuck to me. And I remember till today, that teacher working at Naples High right now. But till today, all my passwords are his name. You know, it just drives me to be the best that I can be. I remember like it was yesterday. He said, "You will amount to nothing."
Wow.
I'm sure you probably don't really remember this, but I remember going to our 10-year or 20-year class reunion. I remember telling him that you made me who I am today. You one of the reasons that I am where I'm at, you know? But yeah, I always wanted to be something, man. It was tough. When you coming up from Haiti as a kid, that's just 6, 7 years old, soccer ball, you know how I made a soccer ball? I take a sock, take some clothes that nobody needs, and then you sew that sock together, and that was a soccer ball. So I didn't want my kids to grow up the same way where when they want something, they can't get it, you know?
Right.
So I want to like create the best opportunity for them. Yeah, so that was it.
Yeah, man. You know what? I think it's very important, man. You know, for people to hear your story, man, because a lot of people make excuses, man. Like, you came, from a place where, just having money in your pocket was considered, or food on your table was just the bare minimum. And you actually built a business, and you make a real contribution to, the community. You donate money, you see the CJ Noel sign like on Lately, man. Talk about how does that make you feel, man?
Oh man, it made me feel good, man. It's tough what Lady going through right now, but just to support, just to help those kids out, because I try to get involved with the community, like, because I believe, like, if I had the opportunity to play like Pop Warner or any kind of league early for the kids, because we also have the little children over there. So when my kids go over there to Lily, they see that big sign. I let them know, look, when you guys go over there, nothing gonna be given to you. So make sure you work harder than everybody else. Just because that sign is there doesn't mean anything. Everybody going to expect, people going to try to say, though, it's because you so and so dad, just because they see the sign there. No, that's why you got to go out there and work harder than everybody else. And I see that with my parents, man. So I put it in myself and tried to pass it down to my kids, wherever you at, whatever you're doing, you got to give 110%.
Yeah.
So, but helping my community, helping ladies, that's where I went to school. Everybody downsized the south side of Naples, but I will do the best to help everyone out, even if it's Naples High. It's kids, man. It's kids you're helping, because you see, like, you had Jay Buck on the show a couple of weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah.
He grew up, he spent a year or two in Naples Manor, too. He was a great basketball player. Him, Matt, them two used to go at it all day, every day.
Yeah.
When we were playing, it's just like I'm here right now, man. It's easily that I could have been somewhere else. I could have been in a cell somewhere, just being at the wrong place at the wrong time. So that's why I get involved in a lot of community events, try to get the kids off the street. And if you can change one person's life and that one person change somebody else's, it's a lie, man. It's nice. It feels great.
Yeah. Hey, man. So, talk about some business ventures, man. Oh, actually, before I go into that, hey, I'm trying to convince CJ to be the sponsor of No Cupcake Zone. So make sure his insurance numbers go up. Hey, go into his office, and we're going to get the information and tell him Triple Black sent you so he can give me a kickback, all right?
Man, I already told you. Last time I saw you, I told you to come over. I'm like, you Shaq, go on, watch the game. Let's go. I'm going to support you, man.
Yeah, he's going to be my sponsor, man. So, but I want to prove to him that, people to listen to this show and people like Triple Black. So if you need any insurance that's life, health, medical, anything, go to CJ's office.
Homeowner, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And say Triple Black sent you. That's the promo code. All right.
Yeah, man. I will send you my logo too. I'll go ahead and have you get. Actually, my IT guy is Johnson Brave.
Yeah, I saw that, man. That's beautiful, man. He started a new business, man. Yeah, man. That's great for him, man. I'm glad he started. The only regret I have, man, that I didn't start my company earlier. I wish I did, and I'm glad he took the step. I tell Big J, you have to take one step back before you can take two steps forward. And once that two step coming, that's it, man. That's what you need. Is that the opportunity to get it off the ground. And I'm glad that I'm his first client, and I'll be your first client too. Yeah. Oh, absolutely, man. hey, No Cupcake Zone, man. It's going to be something. I'm totally confident, man. And you in at the right time, man. So, the name CJ Noel Insurance is going to be out there because of No Cupcake Zone.
Let's go.
Hey, man. So you were a serial entrepreneur. And I've been actually, been looking at, the entrepreneur game. And one thing that a lot of, especially people in our community don't understand, that a lot of people just don't even understand money in general. Like they see that piece of paper and their eyes light up and they think that is the ticket to everything, which that could not be further from the truth. Example, if somebody gave you a job today, say I'm going to pay you $100,000, $200,000. A lot of people would jump up and down and say, "Hey, I'm rich now." That couldn't be further from the truth. When you're paying wages, you're getting paid wages. That means nothing. You have to build wealth, build equity, and like talking to you, you seem to get it. Like you always has your hands in something that's building your brand and building CJ Noel, man. Like, when did that light come on for you?
Man, I'll tell you the truth. I mean, before I even owned CJ Noel Insurance, I started right away at age 19. I set up from the financial service meeting that I went to with Jackie Miller. It shows me, look, you can save like $50 a month if you start early. Mm-hmm. By the time you're 60 years old, you'll retire a millionaire.
Yeah.
Okay? The earlier you start, the better it is for you. And at the same time, if you die, you don't retire, you can leave your family sitting real good, pretty. Okay? Yeah. So at age 19, I had a life insurance policy. My parents my mom and dad were the beneficiary. And I was saving $50 a month for my retirement account, as a retirement account. So as I get older, the more I make, the more I put into these accounts. And then also with the life insurance policy, the more kids I have, the more coverage that I get. Because I remember one of my friends that's from high school, I was at his funeral. And I remember the time I was covered for $500,000. And I said to myself, damn, this guy getting buried today, he got 2 kids. Could easily be me because he died of cancer, and I have kids and I have a mortgage. $500,000 is nothing. Okay, by the time they're finished with the burial expense and then pay my debt, my family gonna be broke. And you died, but they still have a light bill they gotta pay. They still have the mortgage or rent they gotta pay. The only thing that stops is your income. So I said, I need to triple my coverage. I need to get at least $2 million. $2 million, to some people, it may seem a lot. But the earlier you get it, the younger you are, the cheaper it is. So you'll be paying like $150 for $2 million of insurance. Mm-hmm. If you die today, you put that money into like an index annuity, okay, where your family getting 10% of $2 million every year. That's $200,000.
Yeah.
Okay? And the principal is still growing. They never touch the principal. Okay, that $2 million is still growing. That's how people make it. But in our community, no one teaches that.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, man. It's like, fortunately for me, I'm in finance, and I'm not going to say my finances are the greatest or whatever, but this is part of my job. It's like, but a lot of people just don't understand money. Like, for instance, I had this one guy, I'm not going to name any names, but anyways, mm-hmm. He told me, like, as a kid, his dad taught him what money was. And it was very interesting. This is still sticks with me today, and I tell this story to a lot of people that would even listen. That he's like, here, take this US dollar, right? And the US dollar on top of it says Federal Reserve note. Right? And mm-hmm. He asked me what a note is. And I said, that means you owe somebody. which is a crazy concept, but you owe somebody. How could I owe somebody? It's like, yeah. He's like, you take this dollar. Tell me, what can you do with this dollar? You can buy something, right? You can buy something, you're going to pay tax on it, and you're going to have inflation, Like you take this dollar, you buy a burger with it, you eat the burger, it's gone. So poof.
Gone.
So basically you just paid Uncle Sam and now you have nothing. So it's just like you have a car note. When you pay the car company, you pay interest on it, and they take the money. And then you have a depreciating asset, which is a car that pretty much goes to zero, right?
Yeah, the minute you take it off the lot, it's worth less than what you, at least $2,000-3,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said the object, what he was taught at an early age, is to take that dollar, because you can have a pile of $20,000. It's worth nothing. That just means that you got $20,000 to pay to the U.S. government. You have to take that money and convert it into something tangible that appreciate, either stocks, bonds, land, or something that goes up in value. Because if you don't, it's worth nothing.
Worth nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And you got to constantly do that. And he said that you can have all the money you want. You know, that's why I be like, and it's changed my perspective. I see people flashing money like, you don't understand that money you have in your hand is worthless. It's worthless unless you can convert it to some type of asset or equity. So,
exactly.
Yeah. Talk about some business ventures that you got going on besides that, because I know you got your hands in a lot of things, mainly real estate.
Actually, this is how I got into the real estate, man. I remember when my office was by U.S. Public Ground in Naples High on Fridge Road, I purchased a Range Rover. Back then, you remember when you stopped under the light, the rim spinning, all that good stuff? I called a place to put rims on my vehicle. So they said, okay, this is how much it's going to cost for the Range Rover, like $16,000. I said, what? Okay. So I take that $16,000, put another $400 on it, and I purchased a duplex. Okay, in Golden Gate City. That was my first investment property that I purchased. And then 6 months later, I remember, whatever it was, 6 months later, I sold that property, and I make $120,000 in profit.
What?
Nah, yeah.
Your first deal?
That was the first deal, yeah. I made $120,000 in profit. So guess what? In my mind, remember at age 19, I already wrote my goals. By the time I'm 35, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, at 19, that was my goal. I write the steps. This is what I want. This is everything. Write it down. Anything that you want, man, as long as you write it down and keep following through with it, you can do it. But by buying that property, make 120, I know I got to pay tax. So I said to myself, if I have 10 of those, that's $1 million. So I take that 100, went and buy 2 duplex in Lehigh, okay, and then buy a few more properties over here. When the market crashed, I think I was getting up there too fast. So when the market crashed, man, I didn't have anyone to say, look, it's better to buy it free and clear where you don't have to worry about any payments. So the market crashed. My mortgage payment was like $22,000 a month. My wife told me, no, look, don't do it. But I didn't know. I was just trying to go ahead and get to that million as soon as possible. So when the market crashed, mortgage payment like $23,000 a month. Now all these people who don't have no papers, I was living in my properties in Lehigh, Naples, so they have to bounce out of here. So I lost a lot of property. Okay, I believe I lost like 15 properties during that time. But my agency is still going. So my agency was doing real well. So I was okay, but I'd make like over $300,000 worth of payment on the properties that I have. So now I said, you know what, this is like throwing good money behind bad money. So I stopped. So now I started going to the courthouse buying the properties out of foreclosure. So you can have a property that you buy for $300,000, it sell at the courthouse for like $50,000-$60,000. So I started stacking up over there. So, the money that I lost with the 15 properties, so I just bring that money back from buying properties at the courthouse. So I just buy stuff, buy them like real bad in bad shape, and then fix them up and flip them. That's what I do. That's my hobby.
Yeah,
it's a real nice hobby that I have. So I don't get involved in anything else other than the financial service. I show people where to save money for their retirement, which is index annuity for them, and with the life insurance license, it's a license you can make $100,000 a year if you do it right. And whoever wants to make $100,000, The only thing I let them know, you cannot have any felony in your background, but with that license, man, you can make 100,000 a year if you want to.
I got that license.
Yeah,
and I got the Series 6.
Yeah, man, that big ring you see on my finger, that when the market crashed, my income went down. So since I already know how to build, I just go out and recruit agents and just use that and then make an extra 100,000 a year. And so when I tell you that you can do it, I can show you the ring where you can do it, so you can believe yourself. I mean, it's not hot air that I'm talking to you. It's there, it's power. You can see it yourself. So life insurance is something that everyone needs. It doesn't matter what age you are. And saving for your retirement is something everybody needs to do. So let's say you can spend $100 a month, okay? You can be single parent, it doesn't matter. For $50 a month, you can buy $300,000 worth of life insurance, term life insurance, and then invest $60 a month. Or you can pay, I tell people, go ahead and pay themselves first before they pay the bill. So put $100 into an index annuity every month. If you're in your 20s, let's say 25, 30, but most people, they don't start saving till you can tell them that right now, they don't start saving anything for their retirement till they're 30.
Right.
And during that time, if you don't do it, if you're saving $100 every month, by the time you're 60, you will be a millionaire.
Yeah.
A lot of things I'm telling people right now, Social Security, it's social insecurity, because for us, it may not be there.
Probably won't be there.
Exactly.
The way that it's going.
It may not be there, so you can't count on Social Security, man. So you got to go ahead and do it yourself. So pay yourself first before you pay the bills. So $100 a month. I'm sure that we make it easy, spend easy, but save something for your retirement, and that's the best way to do it.
Right.
They have it in the banks. They're not going to tell you about it. Like index mutual fund. You work out the bank, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Mutual fund. They don't make enough money on it, so they're not going to tell you, the little people who's not making a big income about it.
Right.
But we doing that needs to change that our community, man. Teach them, buy the life insurance for protection, and then save money for your retirement, because nobody else will do it for you. If you don't do it, nobody will do it for you, man. Bottom line.
Absolutely, man. So, man, I've been in the financial industry for a while, and I remember I used to have this little wheel that was crazy how compound interest works, or just investments. There's certain rules, like the rule of 7. The rule of 7, I can't, remember what the details is, but
rule of 72, man. You get divided into 72. That's how long it's gonna take for your money to double.
Right. Well, I'm sorry I botched that up, but rule of 72.
No, you good. Rule of 72 is awesome.
Yeah. People don't even understand. Like, for instance, I spend $250 for cable, internet, and all that stuff, and I might watch maybe a couple channels.
Right.
You know what? In like 25 years, dog, if you took like $300 and just say invested in a middle of the road mutual fund with like an asset allocation one, that, how they have the S&P 500 and they invest in the top 500 stocks, a little percentage, say, I don't want to get into too deep because I don't want to lose my licenses, whatever, but anyways, just say middle of the road, stock market. Stock market is average about 12%. It's over the life of it. But say you got 25-year period. If you put like $300 away for 25 years, you'd be a millionaire. Easy. Don't even think about it.
And the earlier you start, John, is the earlier you start, the better it is for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
At 25, you're looking to retire at 50, 55.
Mm-hmm.
You start at 30, million. It's up to you, man. Just remember, $1 million now. Let's say $1 million 30 years ago. How much was that? That's a lot more than today.
Yeah,
that's $10 million. It doesn't have the same value,
Yeah.
Man, but $1 million, and I know what I can do with $1 million.
Right. And you know what? That's one thing that's going to change this generation, especially, with minorities and African Americans and Haitians and stuff. You got to think about it. a lot of these other, families, when their parents are dying, they're getting like $500,000 to $1 million influx of money because their parents actually have life insurance policies, have annuities, have death benefits. In order for things to change or the generations to change, we really have to focus and get our finances together. Definitely.
Sure. Definitely.
Yeah, man.
And you don't need $1 million to get started. You can start with $50 a month, $100. Just put $100 a month in. It's your money,
right?
Okay, $100 a month, man. How fast can you spend $100? Just put that away
easy.
Every month for yourself.
A one night out, couple drinks and a dinner.
Gone.
That's it.
Gone.
It's gone.
So,
yeah, man.
But
we
gotta
do.
make the changes.
Yeah, and then you know what? When that sense of ownership and that accomplishment does a lot for people's self-esteem, knowing that it's easy, I done it, and I have this money just in case, a rainy day happens. And that opens you up to a whole bunch of other things like real estate, in more riskier investments, all kinds of things.
Higher
you know
reward.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, before I let you go, man, we're going to talk about two other things, man. We're going to talk about coaching the Pirates and how did you get started with that? Because I know that's really important to Laley and your causes and stuff. And we're going to talk about the Laley controversy.
Right. Man, the Pirates are now little Trojans.
Yeah.
My son started playing with the Hurricane. That's how bad I didn't want any of that influence to be on my son, that Naples High stuff. Because if he go to play with the Gators, most of the kids going to Naples High.
Man, you a hater. You just sound like a hater
my
right
bad,
now.
Dog.
But that's all right.
I like Naples for nothing. Yeah, man. So I travel all the way to Ponte to let him to play with the Hurricane. So he started playing over there at 6 years old. I was helping with the coaching system, helping coach, and then from there, when the Pirates opened up, I believe they asked me to join them. Like when they first opened, I believe I didn't start till like second year when Coach Carl Addison, Sagan, there's a couple other guys like I forgot, man, Quincy. They got that program started over there. Quincy and Alan Carter, Lisa Carter, all of them, they got the program started over there. And now we call it Little Trojans. Now everybody wants to be Trojan now, Little Trojans,
Yeah.
They don't want to be playing for the Gators no more. They want to come with the Trojans. They want to win. But it's real good to see where they came from. Came from nothing to build that program to where it's at right now. Sagan is our president, Sagan Augustine, and Sagan, he's really doing a phenomenal job. You got other people that's helping them with the program. And it's a lot of work. It's a nonprofit organization, and we're not making any money on it. We're just helping kids to stay off the street, keeping their grades up, staying in church, keep them active. The more you give the kids to do, the less time you give them to get in trouble. We tell them they cannot play unless they have good grades, so they got to keep the grades up in school. And most of the kids in that community, they don't have a father around. So us, the coaches, people who's having the organization, they're pretty much a father to the kids. So, and I believe the reason most of the other schools in the county doing so well is because they have a feeding program, like the Barron. Barron got the Hurricane that's feeding them. You got Naples High got the Gators that's feeding them. So the reason Lady was down because we didn't have like a program when those kids get to high school. They didn't have a team, so they don't know how to put on their pants on. So now you got this class coming in, like the class for next year that's coming in. That's Jacques Carter. He's the quarterback of Lily. He's dad coach over there with the Pirates when they first started. So that class should do pretty well, But when we had the Lady Seminoles, Jackie Miller, the same guy that got me started in the insurance field, he's the one that started the Seminoles in our community. So the Seminoles, kept Lady had a good team during those time, and when Seminole wasn't there, the team went down. So Now I think you about to see a change in the community and in sport, definitely, and that's why we wish that we had Coach Coleman back there, because he comes from the same background in the community with us. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
But man, it's rewarding. It's rewarding right now.
Man, you guys had the next up and coming star from before you guys switched over to the Trojans, man. I heard you guys had a team. Was it with a U14? I know you were involved with that. What happened to that guy? I thought he was supposed to be the next guy.
Man, he's doing amazing. You know, he's playing at community school, man. His name is Henderson Francois, man. I got a chance to coach that kid, man. You will hear from him. I believe he scored 15 touchdowns in 6 games, varsity game for community school. And this is what's starting to happen now. You know, community's building, and community school trying to build their program too. So we're setting up lately pretty well. So the high school. But of course, you know, they're paying for him to go to school over there. So his dad doing the best that he can. You know, he just asked us, what would you do if you were us? So I told him, you know, it's a private school, and if they give him the opportunity to play over there and he can handle it, take him over there. But, you know, his name is Henderson Francois, man. Nice kid. This kid works, super kid. He works hard in practice. He don't let anybody beat him in sprint. But we had a real good team. We had a lot of other guys. There's a lot of my ladies right now. But we had a couple of them that slide down to Naval Cycles, their parent move. But that was a real nice team. Coach Johnson Brave, he really did a real good job with that team. It was me, Johnson, Victor Garçon. You probably played against them or with them.
Yeah.
Ralph Fieldstein. Yeah, we were coaching that team. Yeah, it was a nice team. But his name is Henderson Francois. He was hurt part of the season, but those 6 games he played, he put in like 15 touchdowns for that team. So you'll hear his name next year again.
He's the next one.
Oh man, you see AP for the Vikings. That kid runs as hard as AP, man.
Yeah. All
day, every day. Yeah. He runs hard.
Yeah. You know what? I should have asked you this question earlier because you know, I'm glad I did this interview because you did mention that you were the original Zoe, right? That played sports around here. Do you feel that your name and your legacy is overlooked at all? Because think about it, man. In Collier County, just this area, you got, you know, what's a kid? Phil Zane going to Tennessee. You had Comer St. Jean. You had Stephen Octavian. You have, you know, Jamel Eugene. You got, you know, just name after name that have that, you know, Haitian accent. And CJ Noel sometimes doesn't get brought up in those conversations. And you were the guy that was one of the first, if not the first, in this area. Do you ever... Yeah. I mean, you're a grounded person, but do you ever feel sometimes that, you know, you don't get the respect that you deserve?
Man, I really don't worry about stuff like that. I just like to go get it myself. And like that's the same way I started when I started to play. Nobody knew anything about me. So I go out there giving 110% of everything I'm doing, and my business the same way. I mean, football is over for me. My kids are playing it. I push them to do the best that they can because I believe sports really helps you in life later, to tell you the truth. And if you work hard, the same way you working out in your sports, whatever event you're doing in sport, in real life, in your business, in your work, is the same way you're gonna be. You will also be. You know. So I truly believe in that, and I really don't worry about that. I'm just hoping someone can come along. We just helping the kids out, man. That's all that matters to me, really. And I really don't care about what. I mean, that's past, man. That's past. I really don't worry about it much at all, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's really important that I mention that because, you know, there's a long list of Haitian athletes, and you were at a time where you were against all odds. Not on a social front, and just on the football front, there wasn't many, Haitians doing it, man. It's right now. It's a lot easier. It wasn't like, oh,
definitely
this guy Haitian is, I wonder if he clumsy and he can't catch, he stink, he eat cats and dogs and all that, blah blah blah. There was a host of issues even before you got on the field.
That's stuff that I had to go through. Now those cats right now, they don't have to go through that stuff, because of stuff like the Comer, St. Jean, Fritz, Jacquez. Man, I mean, dude, you just don't understand. We have so many Haitian kids that have not stepped foot on a football field still right now. And as soon as those kids get the opportunity to start playing, man, you already know with the church stuff, a lot of them are Seventh-day Adventists. And there's a preacher, actually a real nice preacher, because I remember reading about Emmett Smith, and Emmett's Seventh-day also. And I told him, these kids, you guys not letting play. I know the games are on Saturdays, but Emmitt Smith was a Seventh-day Adventist himself, and he played on Friday and he played on Saturday. You know how people are. Once they say you're not doing this on that day, you're not doing it. So, but I was just telling him that just to show him, even though these kids are playing, it's not going to change what they believe in your church.
Mm-hmm.
Because Emmitt came back after he signed that first contract. He bought the church for the congregation in Pensacola. You know what I mean? So we have a lot of kids, man, that's not playing yet, wish that they could get on the field. We have a lot of, but the most important thing is get those kids to get the grades, because if you don't have the grades, man, you can be the best athlete out there. And the coaches can't do anything for you unless you have the grades. So that's one of the things we're trying to instill in our kids from the, it's not Pop Warner, it's the Southwest Florida League. Pop Warner, we changed from Pop Warner because there's no weight limit, where in this league that we're playing in, there's no weight limit, so any kid can play. There's one kid at Lady High School right now that played on our U14 team. We used to call him Big John. This kid was, man, we got him like 12 years old. He was probably 300 pounds. Pop Warner, he would not be able to play. Now this kid, he loved it. And just by him start playing football, I saw him the other day. He said, Coach CJ, I'm like 240 right now. I said, John, you can't lose any more because he's a center, But it's just changing some of the kids' life, man. Instill positive into them and let them know, look, man, you can do something with yourself. A lot of those kids in our community, I'm telling you, there's no one home. There's no father home, and the mom working 2 jobs. So we pretty much the dad. And
right.
Man, it's tough. It's tough for them, especially growing up with a single parent. So
yeah. So let's talk about this. I know there's not a lot you can say about this Laley controversy, and I call it a controversy because it's it's a very, I guess, polarizing topic within the community. What can you comment on it? Because you're a big part of it. Your sign is on the scoreboard.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's tough, man. We wish Coach Comer was there, but it's tough that we probably not. I don't know if we're going to have him or not, but we were hoping he would be there because he understands where those kids are coming from. He's been there. He's grew up right down the street. Actually, Comer's house is 2 houses down from my mom's house. That's where I grew up. I used to watch Comer, with the garbage bag on him, like so he can make ways for the Pop Warner League, so he can go play. He have a lot of spirit. He loves the kids. I don't think any of the coaches that would be coming in will love the kids as much as Comer does. And Comer understands where those kids are coming from, So for a new coach to come in, I'm for Comer, but whatever that happened, and I don't know if he's coming back or they're getting a new coach. Either way, it's my alumni. I'm always going to be supporting them. I just wish that he was there because he understands the kids more than I believe anybody else that can bring into the program. And I believe right now we still don't have a coach yet. And I wish they would make a decision for the kids, get the kids back into the sport so they can start working out. But, it is what it is, and this is the system. And as you can see, the schools that keep their coaches, they have a system that will always be better. I mean, if you keep switching coaches every 2, 3 years, 4 years, it's a new system for the kids. A senior that haven't played all 3, 4 years for a coach, or compared to a senior that played 4 years, and you already know this coach is going to be there for the next 4 years again. So, it's a lot easier for those programs. You've been through it, so I don't know. You keep the same coach, so you already know the coach already know what to expect from you. You know what to expect from this coach, so it's a product. So,
yeah, the continuity and the cohesiveness does take, it's really affected big time when you change regimes like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Like in the middle of the regime. Yeah, it was tough on me. My senior year in high school, we had a brand new coach. And 4 years later, they ended up winning a state championship. And it wasn't, by accident. They really stuck together. They were all on one accord. It was very consistent.
Yeah, and that's what kids need, man.
Yeah.
It's just like the college. You go to college, they change coach. It's a new system, so it's the same way with even the Pop One, like us, the little league we have. The coaches are staying, so the head coach stay there, and then just keep moving with the kids. The kids keep going to the other league, but man, I just wish Coach Comer was there. He would help those kids a lot for our community. But
yeah.
If not, the next person that's coming in, we're going to be behind him, and hopefully he can hold it down for us.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Things are not always perfect, but you got to make the best of whatever situation. But I think Laley's going to do the right thing, man. I think they're going to bring Comer back because they'll realize how important he is to the community and to Laley High School, because it's not every day you get to have someone that was born and bred to coach your system. And basically he was. He played for him. He lived right down the street for him. He knows everybody in the community. What more can you ask for?
Exactly. It's perfect. What you say is perfect, man. What more can you ask for? I mean, no one is perfect. No, I'm not perfect. The next man's not perfect. And, whatever it is, let's get it fixed and then get him back out there. If he has to be the next one back out there, get him back in there, and so we can move on with the program, But it is what it is. We can't make that decision. Somebody else making that decision for the program. So, we'll move on, I guess.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I hope he's the man. I hope they can bring him back.
Yeah. Man, CJ, man, it's been real, man. I could probably talk to you for like 2 more hours, man, because of just just the knowledge in the game and the football talk, man. It's a very enjoyable experience, man. But any upcoming events, business ventures, or anything that you want to plug?
Actually, man, the only thing I can tell the people right now, we have to set ourselves up in the community, especially the minority people. I wish someone had stepped out to let my parents know, go ahead and save $100 a month, protect the family. Both my parents still living, but they save money in their retirement account at work, 401k plan. Take care of those, because you got to take care of yourself, because you cannot count on kids these days. Back home, we back in Haiti, when the parents get older, guess what happens? The oldest kid's supposed to take care of them. So it's not like that over here. So you got to save money for your retirement, or you got to get insurance to protect you in the event you get old and you cannot be home anymore and stuff like that. But I tell people this, man, there's something that calls buy term, invest the difference. I don't believe in buying whole life insurance. I will never believe in it. But get a term policy to protect your family in the event something happens. There's only one thing that's guaranteed in life, that we're not going to stay forever. But get a policy for about 30, 20, 25, 30 years. And then also get something where you're paying yourself, so in the event you don't pass away, you retire so you can live a beautiful life. That's all it is, man. And that's That's the only thing I can leave the group with, the rest of the people with. And we have that available at CJ Noel Insurance, and you're welcome to give us a call. And we'll have an agent to go ahead and help you out with that.
Yeah. And tell him Triple Black sent you, man, so I can get a little kickback and convince him to be my sponsor for this show, man. Is there any other financial services that you do for anybody, like full financial analysis plans or anything like that?
Yes, yeah, definitely. We also do taxes here because, you know, we do a lot of the that people, people call it Obamacare. You know, for the health insurance. There's a lot of people who doesn't have health insurance right now. And there's no way you should go without having health insurance these days. You know, before Marketplace, you know, that's the same insurance they call Obamacare. Before that, you would be declined just because of the prescription you're taking. And now they have to take you. And the government paying for most of the health insurance policy for you. So you're probably paying about between $30 to $50 a month. So it's important for you to have your health insurance, man. And if there's anyone with the license, life and health license, that wants to make additional income, I'm also hiring people who have the license. So, you know, it's lucrative and you can do well in the field. So
yeah,
if you want to make money.
Yeah. You know, people get scared away by buying insurance, man. So what are like a healthy, like say 25 to 30-year-old can get like a health insurance plan for? What can they expect to pay in the range of monthly?
Between that, for $50 a month, you'd be covered for $500,000. Okay, on a 30-year term, and at the end of the 30 years, you get all your money back. So if you die, your family getting $500,000, and if you don't die, all the money you spend into that policy, they give it right back to you.
Oh, okay. How about health insurance?
Health insurance, it depends how much money you're making. It's based on your income. So,
okay. Say they make like $20,000, $30,000 a year. You know, you're 30 years old.
It depends if you have dependents too. If you have a kid or two, you know, if let's say you're making $20,000, let's say between
single guy, $30,000 a year.
$30,000 a year. So you know you're paying about $70 to $100 a month on health insurance.
For health insurance, the
government paying about the government paying about $100 a year.
Wow,
about 200. Yeah,
that's reasonable, right? At all, especially if you have any type of ailment, you can get prescriptions.
Yeah, let's say you have two kids, you probably would only pay like $45 a month, and you still but you know, you have to file your taxes with those kids. You can't just, you know how them bills get, man. Mm-hmm. And so they have to be on your taxes.
That's very affordable. So someone can get health insurance for under $100. They have two kids.
Under $100, yeah, all day.
That's with the government subsidies.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you have no kid, you'll pay under $100. You'll be, let's say it'll be about $100. If you have like one kid, you probably be paying like $75. If you have like two kids, you're probably paying $50.
Okay. You guys hear that, man? What is your phone number so they can call you?
The office number is 239-404-9649.
Yep. And you're located on Davis Boulevard, right?
Yeah, that's directly across from the Greyhound bus station. That's 2800 Davis Boulevard, suite number 208. Directly across from the Greyhound bus station, you'll see a big sign that says CJ Noel Insurance on it. And right next to it says Florida Blue, because I'm the biggest producer for Florida Blue in Southwest Florida.
You guys hear that? And the code is Triple Black. Tell Triple Black sent you.
On point.
Yeah. Hey, man, thanks again, man, for coming on, man. I know you got some stuff to do because you're a busy man. Enjoy your Sunday, bro.
Thanks, man. You too, man. And thanks for having me on the show.
Oh, my pleasure, man. Anytime, dog. Anytime we can talk about business, anything. I'm sure I'm gonna have you on here again, especially if you become my sponsor. You know, I gotta plug your business.
I would definitely be your sponsor.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. It's recorded.
I'm waiting for you.
Okay, I will be by the office, dog, and we can work something out.
And make sure you say Triple Black sent you.
All right, I will definitely. All right, you have a good one, CJ.
All right, you too.
All right, man. Man, that was CJ, man. Thank you guys for listening to No Cupcake Zone. Make sure you go to my Spreaker, iTunes, and follow, subscribe, and rate my podcast. Also go to nocupcakezone.com. And if you're shopping on Amazon, make sure you go and put my code in, NoCupcakeZone04-02. It's spelled NOCUPZON04-2. I get credit, so help me out, man. Hey, man, especially, I want to give a special thank to everybody out there, man. Make sure that if you have any show ideas, you want to be a guest on my show, if you have a local business that you want to plug, make sure you reach me at 239-821-5349. You can also follow me on Twitter at NoCupcakeZone80. Also, find me on Facebook. Just look up Johnson Marseille. And also IG at 239 Triple Black. I'm going to leave you with this song, man. This is my cousin, former Laylee Trojan 2, Shozo, and also Mikkel. Great song, man. You guys, if you guys all also want to, download this song, follow Sozo at SoundCloud, and Kel, you can look him up on Facebook. That's Mikkel Brinson. All right, man.
Center of attention like a supermodel. Definition of a body, Coke bottle. I'm already tied up, I ain't trying to holler. Give me one night, we don't even need tomorrow. Lil' mama the truth, she got the juice. Soldiers on the front line, she got the troops. Hey, and I heard she worked 2 jobs. Pay bills on crib with a new car. Hey, definition of a true star. She got a blue, gold, silver, and a black card. Keep the good credit on deck. It's raining $100 bills, she done made a mess. The game ain't checkers, it's chess. It's amazing what she do to a little black dress. And if I'm gon' do it, it's done right. About to hit the road, baby, all I need is one night.
Big, baby, all I need is one night. One night. One night. Baby, all I need is one night. One night. I can take you from the kitchen to the living room. From the living room to the bedroom. We can do anything you wanna do. One night. I can take you from the kitchen to the living room. From the living room to the bedroom. We can do anything you wanna do. One night.
One night and I bet your whole world changed. Drop 500 on a brand new Dolce. And Gabbana, she a prima donna. Getting to it, doing what she wanna. She get it on her own, and don't need a handout. She ain't looking for no loan. So tell her hater carry on. Tonight I got my Mary on, and I'm in my zone. 5'5", thick thighs, pretty brown eyes, and I ain't tripping, keep spinach like Popeye. Whole mind she fly, and I can't lie. She ain't bout that life, then she ain't mine. A one time for the fine dimes. They got them hating hoes walking on a thin line. Told her if I had the chance, it was on sight. About to hit the road, baby, all I need is one night.
Big, baby, all I need is one night. One night. One night. Baby, all I need is one night. One night. I can take it from the kitchen to the living room. From the living room to the bedroom. We can do anything you wanna do. One night. I can take it from the kitchen to the living room. From the living room to the bedroom. We can do anything you wanna do. One night.
You think you can take him?
I can't say, man. I mean, 4 guards and all of them packing.
I put up the guns. I get the money together to get the plans going. But you got to be the man.
You got medals for blowing motherfuckers up out there, man. I heard you were like John Wayne.
Well, then that's the deal. Yeah, all that money. Ah, man.